Hello there, this is DBT and this is Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends. And I say talking because today we're gonna have a look at the long-awaited special event for the car that you see on the screen right now. Of course, that is the Mosler Super GT. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my usual, a full overview of the event, all of the rewards, and a calculator so that you can check what kind of progress you'll be able to make in the event. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel, because doing these things help the channel to continue to grow, it keeps me going, and I can continue making this type of content for you. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends and this type of calculators right here. But alright, first things first, why is my Mosler green? Well, I changed the color of this car when there was still a possibility to change color of free try cars, and I was playing with it and whatnot. Unfortunately, by now that option has been removed, now my Mosler, even though I don't own it, is stuck in this color, so yep, it is what it is. But alright, let's talk about the event itself, which just started today. And this is going to be running for the rest of this season, which is basically 2 weeks. And as per usual, I could go into each one of these stages and try to explain everything, but I think it's easier if I do it my way. And you know that what I like to do is Spreadsheet! Yep, of course I would do that. As usual, this is just the bird's eye view of the entire event, and going column by column, you're gonna be able to see what stage we're talking about, how many conditions are required to unlock the stage, the car that is required or is gonna be used in that particular stage. Over here is you're gonna enter how many stars do you have the car, and then from here onwards you can see the rewards that you will be able to get in each one of these stages, and also depending on how many stars you have the car at, you will see specifically what you're gonna be able to get. So let's start filling it up so that you have an idea of what we're talking about while we check stage by stage. The first stage is a free try, obviously, so it doesn't require any conditions. Over here, you just fill it up with whatever, doesn't matter, it will mark everything. And as you can see, it marks in green the stuff that you will be getting, and up here it starts adding up your totals of what you're earning in the event. So this one being a free try, you're able to get 125,000 credits, 75 tokens, some hunt packs, and miscellaneous rewards. Now, miscellaneous rewards are basically those packs that contain some blueprints or parts for random cars, nothing special. The hunt packs, however, are these packs right here that, much like car hunt packs, they can contain some credits, some parts, but the more interesting part, or what you're aiming for, it's the blueprints for the car. Now, we don't know what the drop rate on these are, but in general, I would imagine they're about as low as in a regular car hunt. That's why I call them car hunt packs. So I'm not going to be counting any blueprints from these packs, because realistically speaking, you're barely going to get any from them. But anyway, moving on. In the second stage, you can see it's marked green because we already have enough conditions to unlock this stage, and that's how it shows that it goes unlocking. So it's going to be the Aston Martin DBS Super Leggera, the Class B car, and, well, here's all of the rewards. The main thing to consider is that you're going to be able to get, obviously, credits, tokens, some amount of blueprints for the Mosler. If you have the car of the stage at max stars, you also can get 1 epic for the Mosler. You're also going to be able to get 1 epic for the car of the stage, and that's it. So, as I was saying over here, you just fill it up with however many stars you have the car at. So let's say that you have it at 3 stars, it marks in green the rewards that you're gonna be able to get, and it starts adding up here. So I think that's pretty clear, right? Then we got the McLaren Sabre, or Sabre, however you're supposed to pronounce this. This is a 6-star car, and same idea. You can get credits, you can get some tokens, blueprints for the Mosler. At max stars, you can also get 1 epic for the Mosler. Then you can get the hunt packs, some epic. Again, it all depends on how many stars do you happen to have the car at. Let's say that you have it at 3 stars, and you can keep going. One thing to consider, by the way, that I haven't mentioned is that this time around, there's no free tries. Normally in special events, you have a free try at 1 star. This time, that's not the case. So let's keep that in mind. So if you don't have the car, literally, well, then you cannot get anything from this stage, and that's as far as you'll make it, right? But just for the sake of argument, let's say that you have it at 3 stars, so let's continue. As you can see, this continues to mark as green the stages that are unlocked based on the conditions that you have already achieved. So, the next one is the Citroën GT by Citroën. Same situation, the shape of the rewards is very similar. Credits, some tokens, blueprints for the Mosler, epic for the Mosler if you have the car at max star, the Citroën in this case, hunt packs, miscellaneous rewards, and an epic for the Citroën GT. So same thing, let's say that you have it at 3 stars, and let's continue filling it up. We get to stage 5 for the Mosler Super GT, which is again a gold free try. So over here, just enter whatever, it'll be fine, it marks it, and it continues adding up here. Then we got the GTA Spano. Oh boy, that bad class S car, but yeah, there you go. So again, same situation, right? You can get the idea. Credits, tokens, blueprints. So this one is kind of weird how you need to have the car at 5 stars to get a decent amount of blueprints over here. You can see that for all the other cars, even at 4 stars, you've still gotten a decent amount of blueprints. But over here for this one, if you have it at 3 stars, you only get 1 blueprint. At 4 stars, you can get another single blueprint. And only if you have it at 5 stars, you can get 7 blueprints over here. Why is it set up like that? I don't know. It's the only stage that is set up like this. Kind of strange, but okay, it is what it is. So same thing, right? And you can get 1 epic for the Mosler at max stars and 1 epic for the Spano. So yes, let's say that you have it for some reason at 5 stars. There you go. Then for stage 7, we got the Koenigsegg Regera. A relatively common car, right? So this one I would assume a lot of people are gonna have it at 6 stars, and you're gonna be able to get all of this stuff. Again, credits, tokens, blueprints, epics, epic for the Regera, and whatever else. Then the last proper stage is gonna be the Gemera, a car that I imagine not a lot of people are gonna have. So this one is the only one that has a free try because this is a key car. So if it didn't have a free try, then literally this would be impossible to do at all. But still. So you have a one star free try, so even if you don't have this card, you can still fill it up as 1, because you'll be able to get this from this stage. And the good thing is that if for some reason you happen to have this car at max stars, but you never got the key, well, no worries, because at the 6-star rewards, you can also get the key for the Gemera. And finally, the last stage is going to be for the Mosler Super GT. No free try over here to be found. So this is only to get some additional stuff if you already unlock the car and have it at a certain amount of stars. So over here, this one is honestly kind of disappointing to me because all that you get from this stage is credits and tokens, which again is not that it's a bad thing, but I was hoping for more blueprints for the car. And if you have the car already at max stars, you can get 2 epics over here. Let's say that you have it at 2 stars and that's it. So as I said, up here is going to be adding everything that you have been able to acquire through all of these stages based on how you fill this up. And yeah, that helps to kind of figure it out. Now, at the bottom, you can see the grand totals. This is the grand totals that you would get if you 100% all of these stages. So you can get a grand total of 5.5 million credits. You can get 2,600 tokens, 65 blueprints for the Mosler, and 8 epics for the Mosler. So that is actually pretty decent, I think, but let's have a look at the rewards on the milestones. And for 15, again, depending on how you fill this up, let's say that you have, again, you have the car and you have something, you see these are marking as in green as well based on the conditions that you have. But yeah, you can get some Mosler blueprints, hunt packs, 8 of them, decent to know. More Mosler blueprints, credits, an Evo ticket for the Enzo, more Mosler blueprints, hunt packs, Enzo Evo tickets, tokens, a Mosler epic, Chiron tickets, miscellaneous packs. I thought these were gonna be hunt packs, but they're just a straight up miscellaneous packs. That just seems so random for such a high requirement, but whatever. Then you get 1 epic for the Mosler, the decal for the Mosler, and an Evo ticket for the Chiron. So those are the rewards that you can get in the milestone rewards. And now let's just have a look at the grand totals of the rewards if you were able to 100% this event. This is not calculator, this is just the grand totals. If you 100% this event, these are the total credits, counting the credits you got over here. Same thing for the tokens, the ones added here. Hunt packs, a grand total of 70, 2 tickets for the Enzo, 2 tickets for the Chiron. Then for all of the support cars, you can get 1 epic. Oh, and I forgot to add over here that you can also get the key for the Gemera. 1 epic for each one of these cars, the key for the Koenigsegg Gemera. And for the Mosler, the grand total is 75 blueprints and 10 epics, and the decal for it. So those are the grand totals that you can get over here. Now, I want to show you something that kind of got me sweating there for a little bit on trying to see what progress I would be able to make myself. And I think that a lot of people are going to be in this same position, so you might, see yourself reflected on this. So again, the Mosler Super GT is a free try, so fill it up with whatever, it's fine. The DBS Superleggera, it's a relatively common car. It's a common car if you have made enough progress in your garage levels, even from the old garage levels. So yeah, you're probably gonna have it, and I do, at 5 stars. McLaren Sabre, I don't have it, so cannot fill it up. Citroen GT, I did manage to get it to 6 stars. Again, relatively common because it was also an MP car, so yeah, 6 stars. And then the Mosler Super GT, gold free try, so fill it up with whatever. Then we got the GTA Spano. I do not have it, so I cannot fill it up with anything. And then the Koenigsegg Regera, which I do have at 6 stars. And right here is where I got scared because I'm like 176 conditions. But how many conditions? And by the way, how many blueprints did I get? 32 for the Mosler. Not even enough to unlock the car, but no worries. I can just buy a pack or a 10 pack and get some blueprints for this thing, right? That's where I got scared because 176 conditions, and yet in order to get the 10 packs I need 179. I am three conditions short to get those packs. I was like, no, but then I remembered, oh, there's one free try for the Koenigsegg Gemera. Oh yeah, that saves me and saves you if you're in the same situation. You could get an additional 20 conditions, and with that you have more than enough to start buying the 10 packs. Like I said, with this, I would in theory get a total of 32 blueprints for the Mosler, so I only need 3 more blueprints in order to unlock it. Let's forget about starting it up. Let's say that I just want to unlock it for the collection. Well, you should be able, so long as you have, again, the Aston Martin, the Citroen GT, and the Koenigsegg Regera at max stars, you should be able to get this car. So yeah, there you go. If you're a free-to-play player, and again, these cars are, you know, relatively common for free-to-play players, you will be able to unlock this car so long as you're willing to spend 900 tokens into buying one 10 pack for the missing 3 blueprints that you need for the Mosler. So keep that in mind. Free-to-play players, yep, you don't need the Sabre, which is very rare. You don't need the Spano, which is very rare. You don't need the Gemera, which is very rare. Just with the more common cars, you'll be able to get this car. Now, if you want to start it up, well, still, you already have enough conditions to continue buying packs, so you should be fine to spend a lot of tokens into maxing your Mosler GT. And speaking of maxing it out, you can see that over here I put this little new box in the calculator, and this is just a very quick and dirty way of calculating how many tokens would you need to spend in order to max out the main car, the Mosler Super GT. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm 98% sure that this car would require a grand total of 300 blueprints in order to get it to 6 stars. Because that is the standard for Class S cars, especially the high-tier Class S car, 300 blueprints. So, if we enter 300 blueprints over here, here's the calculation. Now, I'll explain it real quick. 300 blueprints, and over here I divided this number by 3 because in each 10 pack that you buy, it will contain 3 blueprints guaranteed. So, that means, you know, dividing the total amount of blueprints divided by 3 is the amount of 10 packs that you're gonna need to buy. Now, these 10 packs multiplied by 900 tokens that each one will cost, then this will cost you 90,000 tokens in order to max out the Mosler Super GT. Now, all right, before you panic, this is worst case scenario. This is number 1, assuming that you don't have a single blueprint for this car, for the Mosler. Now, that is not true, because as you know, we already got some blueprints over here by just virtue of making progress in the event and being able to purchase those. So in theory, instead of 300 blueprints, you're gonna need 268, if I didn't miscount. And that makes it a little bit better. So obviously these are some rounded numbers so that you have an idea, but yes. So still, with these blueprints, 32 blueprints, and you unlocking the packs, you're still gonna have to spend about 80,000 tokens. But once again, worst case scenario. Because let's remember that this is, you know, considering that these packs have a guaranteed 3 blueprint drop. But there's still a 10% chance to get additional blueprints over there. So, just so that you have an idea, if you get really lucky in each one of these, or considerably lucky, let's leave it at considerably lucky, in each one of these 10 packs that you buy, you get the guaranteed drop plus another drop. That means 2 drops per 10 pack. This is gonna cut this in half. So instead of 80,000 tokens, you're gonna need 40,000. So I hope that helps you a little bit to visualize how many tokens you're gonna require. I just wanted to present to you the absolute worst case scenario that you're gonna find yourself at if you wanna max out this card by spending tokens in it. Now, I'm gonna leave this is why it's marked orange, so that you can enter whatever number you want over here, and it will give you the calculation of the packs that you need. Because again, it's gonna be different for everybody. You might be able to, oh, I don't know, you happen to have the McLaren Sabre at 3 stars, and you happen to have the Spano at 4 stars, and the Gemera at 3 stars. So your amount of blueprints up here change. It's 41. So, you know what? I should make it so that you enter over here how many blueprints. Okay, you know what? Let me do that right now. A couple minutes later. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I've added this additional bit over here so that you can just enter directly how many blueprints you have for the Mosler, and then it'll do the calculation for you. Again, worst case scenario. So if you did get the 32 blueprints as I did in theory, then there it is, right? How many blueprints you're missing to get it to 6 star, how many 10 packs you're gonna have to buy, and how many tokens this is gonna cost you. Let's say that you got the entire 75 blueprints that you could get in this event, then this is how much you would still need to spend in order to max it out. Again, considering worst case scenario. So, just wanted to provide you all of this information so that you would have in one place the overview of the event, so that you can see it in a more, like I said, bird's eye view of this whole thing, and you have an idea of what are you gonna be able to get, what cards are required, the stars, specifically what rewards are you getting from doing what. And yeah, I hope this helps you a little bit. And if it did help you, then go ahead, once again, like this video. It lets me know that you're appreciating these things that I'm doing here. Hopefully it helps anybody, so yes. But yeah, just my general thoughts on this entire event. Look, it does have some crazy requirements when it comes to certain cars. Again, the GTA Spano, it's a rare card. The Gemera, very rare as well. The Sabre, also very rare. But at the same time, if you're not super willing to spend a ton of tokens into the support packs, then, well, so long as you had these 3 cars, the 3 more common cars at max stars, and you're willing to spend 900 tokens, you'll be able to just unlock the car. And from there onwards, then spend as many tokens as you want in order to max it out. But if you do want to spend on the support pack, the support pack 2 is actually pretty good. The first one has blueprints for the GTA Spano, for the Sabre, and for the DBS Super Leggera. And honestly, of these cars, none of these are like, wow, super amazing at anything. The other pack, however, if you're, again, are in the same position that I am, you are already gonna have maxed the Koenigsegg Regera and the Citroen GT, which means that you can buy for 750 tokens packs that can contain 4 blueprints for the Koenigsegg Gemera. And again, with a drop rate of 20%, I've talked about these type of packs out there, absolutely amazing. So yeah, you should be able, and again, with that drop rate, pretty decent chance to get a bunch of blueprints. And if you can get this car at max stars, you can just straight up unlock it in the event, so long as you get to the correct stage. So all things considered, this event is actually not that terrible. Granted, so long as you have tokens. As usual, this entire thing, you know, it's around you having saved tokens, and that is why I keep on saying to anybody that asks me, hey, though, how do I make progress in this game? Save tokens. That's the only thing I can tell you. Save tokens, and one day when you have a lot of them, you can splurge into 1 or 2 cars, maybe, you know, maybe in burst of speed it counts as well. But yeah, as I said, this event will allow you to get this car so long as you have the basic cars. And I think that's not too tough of an ask. Once again, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, it helps. If you would like to support me directly, please consider joining the membership for access to exclusive videos with the face cam, without censorship, some other perks as well. So check it out over there by the join button. But that's all. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.